Hello and welcome to this video brought to you by Smart Edu Hub Mumbai. In today's video, I shall explain to you how to solve application-based questions on inequalities. So let's begin. This question has been taken from May June 2002, paper number 2, and this is question 22. Now, as you can see, there's a graph given and there's an unshaded region over here. So let us read what the question is asking us to do. A. Find the equation of the line L shown in the grid above. Okay, so there's a line L and we need to find out the equation of the line. Now how do you find the equation of the line? Well, you need to find the slope of the line. Okay, and then you need to find out the intercept, right? The y-intercept. So now let us find out the y-intercept. Now for the line L, clearly it is seen that the y-intercept is 3, right? So we have this 3 as a y-intercept. So in the equation, the y-intercept is 3. So it will be something like y equals mx plus 3 or minus 3. What is it? It is plus 3. Okay, fine. It is above 0. So at least we have the y-intercept. Now our job is to find out the value of the slope. Now if you want to find the value of the slope, what is the thing? You take 2 points. Okay, and slope is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what is x1, y1, x2, y2? They are the coordinates of any 2 points on the line that you will take. Suppose I take this point over here. I'll use another color for that. So suppose I take this point and this point, right? Now what is the x coordinate here? X coordinate is 8 and y coordinate is 7. Here the x coordinate is 2 and the y coordinate is 4. So therefore if you have to find the slope, it would be equal to y2 minus y1. We can take anyone as x1, y1. Okay, suppose I call these coordinates as x1, y1 and these as x2, y2. So then y2 minus y1 is 4 minus 7 divided by x2 minus x1, that is 2 minus 8. And what do I get? I get minus 3 divided by minus 6. And minus minus cancels. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So the slope is half. So what's the equation of the line? Equation of the line we know is of the form y equals mx plus c. And why is the equation of the line of this form? Because it's a straight line. Every straight line will have the equation y equals mx plus c. So the equation of a line will be y equals rm, that is the slope. Slope has a symbol m. M is half, x, and what's our y-intercept is 3. So this is the equation of our line. So for this you get 2 marks. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Write down the inequalities, 3 inequalities which define the region R. That means the region R is what? The shaded or the unshaded region? Let us check. Is the unshaded region. So we have to define this unshaded region, right? And how many lines are present? There are 3 lines. So there will be 3 inequalities. So now let us try and define the region R which is bounded by the 3 lines. Now remember, we have to look at the unshaded region. So now this dotted line over here, this dotted line is representing x equals 2. And the region on the right of the dotted line is unshaded. That means everything that is x is greater than 2 is unshaded. Okay, So our first region is x is greater than 2. So x is greater than 2 is the first unshaded region. Now look at the line y equals 7. This is a line y equals 7. The horizontal line, okay? This line over here. Now the region below that is unshaded. So that means the equation of the inequality, rather the inequality will be what? The inequality will be y is less than or equal to 7. Why am I using the word less than or equal to 7? Because if I erase this red line that I've drawn, you will find that there is a black continuous line drawn by them, and continuous line means the values are included. So the unshaded region defined by y equals 7, okay, is y is less than or equal to 7. So the second inequality is y is less than or equal to 7. And coming to the last line, okay, last line is this line, the equation we just found out, and that is y equals half x plus 3. This is the line. Now if you see, everything above that line is unshaded, so that means y is greater than or equal to half x plus 3 must be our last inequality. So y is greater than or equal to half x plus 3. This is our last inequality, and for writing this down we get 3 marks. Okay, so this is how you identify the equation of lines and you find the equations of you find the inequalities defined by the unshaded region. Now it's very important to remember that they are asking us about the unshaded region, so do not write the unshaded instead of the unshaded region. Please do not write down the shaded region inequalities. Okay, that's why mostly children lose marks. So now let's move ahead to another question based on inequalities. This question has been taken from May June 2006. It's question number 20, and it says one of the lines in the diagram is labeled as y equals mx plus c. Find the values of m and c. Okay, now in the equation y equals mx plus c, you know that c is the y-intercept. Now where is this line y is equal to mx plus c intersecting the y-axis? It's intersecting the y-axis at this 8. So therefore you have y equals mx plus 8. Now you need to find the slope. M is the slope. Now you know that slope is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So now let's select our 2 points. We can take this point 0, 8 as our x1 y1. Remember, anything can be taken as x1 y1, and this point here 8, 0 as x2 y2. So now if I substitute, I will get y2 minus y1. So 0 minus 8 divided by x2 minus x1, that is 8 minus 0. So what do I get? I get minus 8 divided by 8, which is equal to minus 1. So what's my slope? My slope is minus 1. So my equation of the line will be y is equal to minus 1x plus 8. Okay, or it will be simply y equals minus x plus 8. So in this case, what is your m? M is minus 1, and c is the y-intercept, which is plus 8. Okay, so for this we again get 1 mark each. And show by shading all the unwanted regions on the diagram the region defined by the inequalities. Now we need to show x is greater than or equal to 1. Remember, when it is greater than 1, you are going to shade everything that is above 1. But equal to 1 means you will also draw that line x is equal to 1 in bold. So they've already given us this line in bold, x is equal to 1. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll just erase these coordinates here so that it is very clear. Okay, so I've erased these coordinates here. Fine. And we are supposed to shade. So let me select colors. Okay. So we are supposed to shade x is greater than or equal to 1. Now this is x is equal to 1. X is greater than 1 means everything that is to the right of the line, including the line x is equal to 1. So here I shade this. And they are telling show by shading all the unwanted regions. Oh, see, there's a mistake. I myself was making a mistake. They have told you very clearly show by shading all the unwanted regions. So unwanted region meaning the region where the answer isn't present. So I'm going to shade the regions that are exactly opposite of the inequalities. So if this tells me x is greater than or equal to 1, I am going to shade the unwanted region, meaning the region in which the answer isn't present. That means the answer region will be blank, and that's where I'm going to write R in the answer region. So everything that is unwanted will be shaded. So here I'm going to shade everything that is x is less than 1. So I'm going to shade everything to the left of 1. Okay. Now this is done. Similarly, y is less than or equal to mx plus c. So I'm going to shade everything that is above y is equal to mx plus c. So everything above y is equal to mx plus c will be shaded. So this is what is supposed to be done. Okay. Now y is greater than or equal to x plus 2. So I'm going to shade y is less than or equal to x plus 2. So this line here, clearly we can make out that this is the line. Why? Because this has got 2 as the y-intercept, and this equation also has x plus 2 written. So now I'm going to shade everything that is below this line y is equal to x plus 2. So shading everything below the line y equals x plus 2 is our answer region. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, this is done. Now y is greater than or equal to 4, so we are going to shade y is less than 4. So once again I pick a nice color, and this is the region that I'm going to shade, because the horizontal line is y is equal to 4. So now there's a region I got which is unshaded, and this is my answer region, right? So be careful whenever they tell you show by shading all the unwanted regions. That means unwanted regions are those regions which are not the answer regions, right? Which are the wrong regions. So now what is left in this diagram is unshaded is the answer region. Okay, let's take another inequality. Basically I'm trying to take linear programming questions. The sums on inequalities definitely I'll be solving. Now this is a question taken from May June 2007, is paper 2, question number 12. It says by shading the unwanted parts of the above grade, find and label the region R which satisfies the following 3 inequalities. So first thing to notice is by shading the unwanted regions, again we are going to shade the regions which do not contain the answer. So now they have given us y is greater than or equal to 3. So we are going to shade everything that is y is less than 3. So first, where is y equals 3? Y equal to 3 is here. So we are going to shade the opposite region because they are asking the unwanted region. So y is less than 3 is this region. Okay. Next is y is greater than or equal to 5x. So that means, okay, now if you see over here, x plus y is less than or equal to 6 is one region, one inequality, and y is greater than or equal to 5x is another inequality. Now how do you know which is the line? Like there are two lines and we do not know which line belongs to which inequality. So it's very simple. If you observe carefully, this equation here will change to y equals 5x plus 0. So the line that has got the y-intercept 0 is this line. Okay, so this line over here is y is equal to 5x. Y equals 5x is this line. Okay, and we are supposed to shade the unwanted region. Unwanted region meaning everything that is to the left of this line we are supposed to shade. So now shading this side. Okay, so this is done, and we have x plus y is less than or equal to 6. Obviously the line that remains here is x plus y equals 6. Okay, you can also check it in the other way, that is when x is 0, what is y? So when I put x is equal to 0, what is y? Y is 6. So 0 and 6 are the coordinates. Here 0 and 6 are the coordinates. This is 6 and 0, and here is 0 and 6. You can just find out the equation. There are a lot of ways of finding the equation. So, but there's no need to do it now, because obviously out of 3, if 2 are identified, the third one is obvious, right? So now our next job is to shade the last region. So here they are telling us to shade everything that is opposite of x plus y less than or equal to 6. So we are going to shade everything that is above the line x plus y equal to 6. So this is the region that we are supposed to shade. So now where is the answer region? Obviously they've told us to shade the unwanted region, so our answer region will not be shaded. So we can nicely write an R in this unshaded part, right? So this is how you solve your inequalities. Let's move ahead to another question. Now this question here has been taken from May June 2010, paper 2-3, and this is question number 20. It says find the 3 inequalities which define the shaded region on the grid. Now see, here the answer region is the shaded region. Find the 3 inequalities which define the shaded region. Okay, so now we need to see one common overlapping region for all the 3 lines after shading. So now suppose we consider the first line. Now how do I know the equation of the line? So first of all, if you see this y-axis over here, okay, the y-axis over here is one of the boundaries. So that means x equals to 0 is the line that is used to draw this y-axis. Okay, now which side of the y-axis has been shaded? The right side of the y-axis is shaded. That means this region which is shaded over here represents the inequality x is greater than or equal to 0. I am saying greater than or equal to 0 because the line y is a bold line, it is not a dotted line. So x is greater than or equal to 0 is the first inequality. Now let us find which is the other boundary of the region. Now this line, if you can see over here, let me just make it with another color. This line over here is the other region, is the other boundary for the shaded region, the second boundary for the shaded region. Now we need to find the equation of this line. Now if you notice, the x coordinate is 4 and the y coordinate is 0, and over here the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 4. So when you add x plus y, what do you get? You get 4. So the equation is x plus y and 4. Okay, that is confirmed. So this line is basically what? x plus y equals 4. Now I have not put anything in the space here because I do not know the shaded region defines everything that is more than 4 or less than 4. Rather it is greater than or equal to 4 or less than or equal to 4. Again, why am I using the word less than or equal to 4 or greater than or equal to 4? Is it a bold line? Have I checked it? I haven't checked it honestly. If you observe carefully, it is a bold line, right? So that means whichever inequality it is going to have the equal to part in it. Okay. So this is the line that I have redrawn. Now, if I want to shade this, so I have to shade it to the left of this line. So what's my inequality? My inequality is x plus y less than or equal to 4, right? So everything to this side is less than or equal to 4. Okay, now is my third boundary to be identified. And which is my third boundary? Okay, my third boundary is this line. This line over here. Again, it is not a dotted line, so it will also have the equal to factor in the inequality. So now what is the equation of this line? Okay, now for this I have to find out the coordinates. Like for example, this point. When my x is 4, what's my y? My y is 2. So that means what's the equation of the line? Y is half of x or x is half of y? It is x is half of y. Is it? Or y is a half of x? Come on, think and tell me. Simple. The first coordinate is the x coordinate, second is the y coordinate. That means y is half of x. So your equation is y is half of x. See how simple it is to identify the equation of the lines. Now over here, what will be the inequality? I mean, what will be the shaded region? So again for that, let's shade the region. So I'm going to shade everything that is above this line. So the inequality will be what? It will be y is greater than or equal to half x. Okay, because the overlapping region is being defined by these three inequalities, and they are saying find the three inequalities which define the shaded region. So this time shaded region is not the unwanted region. Okay, now let's move ahead. Okay, we just have to write the answers. Cool. So this is y is greater than or equal to half x. Then we had x is greater than or equal to 0 and x plus y less than or equal to 4. Okay, so now let's move ahead to another question. Okay, so this we can take as today's last question. So the region R contains points which satisfy the inequalities. Okay, y is less than or equal to half x plus 4 is one inequality, and the region R contains the points which satisfy the inequalities. Now here they have not mentioned whether you have to shade or no. That's not still given. Okay, they're just telling you about the three inequalities. Next is y is greater than or equal to 3 and x plus y is greater than or equal to 6. On the grid, label with the letter R the region which satisfies these inequalities. You must shade the unwanted regions. So now your answer region definitely is going to be unshaded. This is how to understand the question. Okay, analyzing is very important. So they're telling you you must shade the unwanted region. So when I'm shading, I will shade exactly the opposite of the inequality. So let us first identify the three lines. So y is equal to 3 is very easy to identify. So that I'm going to do it first. So y equals 3 is my first equation that I've identified. Then x plus y equals 6. So this is the thing. X is 0, y is 6. X plus y equal to 6. So this is the equation x plus y equals 6, and obviously the last equation that is left is y equals half x plus 4. So y equals half x plus 4. Okay, now like I read over here, you must shade the unwanted regions. So let's begin shading unwanted region. Now the first one tells you y is greater than or equal to 3. So shade everything that is below that. So below the line you're going to shade. So this is what you will be doing. Okay, so this is done. Now x plus y is greater than or equal to 6. So I'm going to shade everything that is less than or equal to 6. So now less than or equal to 6. It is this region. Okay. And the last one is y is less than or equal to half x plus 4. So that means I'm going to shade everything that is above this line. So now let me identify the region. Okay. So I shade everything above y equals half x plus 4. So this is the region. That is the unwanted region. That's what they have said. Shade the unwanted region. Okay. So now where do I write my letter R? Well, letter R definitely will be the unshaded region. Okay. So region R defines my answer region. And this is the region which is satisfied by the inequalities. Okay. Because unwanted regions have been shaded. Okay. So now we are done with linear inequalities. Okay, the linear programming rather, wherein you have learned how to shade the regions, also how to define the regions, and how to form equations. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of sums. I think I've done sums from 2002 to 2012, and so that must be enough practice for you. The only thing is, whenever you're watching videos, you will have to start practicing. You'll have to take your papers and do it along with me. See, I've mentioned the years also. Every question has years on its right. Okay, the reason is so that you are also able to do the same question back at home. Fine. So that's all in today's video. If you like watching my video, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.